Take two. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing Team Kings of Games. Today I'm coming at you guys with my 60 card pure Shaddoll list. I did play this at the 3v3 YCS yesterday. My team finished X2-2, 2 losses, 2 draws. My matchups were pretty weird. I played 2 mirrors, I played some spirals, Luna Lights, and I played Salad. I lost to Luna Lights in the final round and I drew against spirals, but I waxed all my other 5 matchups. I only went to game 3 against Salads, but I 2-0'd the mirror, I 2-0'd spirals, and I 2-0'd some random deck that was like a slow stun, weird whatever kind of deck. But we didn't win, so I came today just to like play some kind of event. I ain't gonna lie, I was feeling very salty that I felt like a loser, so I just wanted to come here to win something. So I won the Win-A-Mat, and I played the Shaddoll mirror in the final event too, which is crazy. Like, I haven't lost a single mirror, and it's not really a mirror because they're not playing pure. But I'll go ahead and get to the profile because like there's just like a lot that has to be explained, or you'll never understand why I play it, and you'll think it's a brick when it's not a brick. That's the other thing. So we'll go ahead and get into my profile. We're gonna start off with 3 copies of Mathman. So the reason why this is always gonna be better than Alistair is because people don't understand, like, what I also did with this deck was I made sure every card I put into it can do more than one thing. Alistair does what? One thing. Search the fusion spell. Oh, pump my guy if you have a fusion on the field. That's it. I wanted my cards to be versatile. Like, even in weird situations when you're top decking and you have no resources, I want it to be versatile. This card does everything. It's the whole deck, I promise you. Like, when you get deeper to the deck, you'll see exactly why this is the whole deck, but Mathman is just always going to be a +1 or 2 depending. Like, it's crazy. There's so many 1 and 2 card combos without opening a fusion, a light, and like a windy. Like, it's crazy. Like, I know how to make combos with all dark dolls and fusions. That's what other people don't know how to do. They only know how to combo if they open Trick Clown, this, and a Poly. Because they never really played the deck. They just practiced the combos they saw on YouTube and came to this event thinking that I was going to get them there. But I have 6 years of experience in this deck. I know these dolls, baby. So we got 3 copies of Windy. It's 1000% correct to play 3s. You have to see this card no matter what. And the other thing is you really want to open different attribute dolls. But I'll show you guys how you can make plays if you open only darks. That's something people always forget. They think they have to summon Wind of Pass and then that's it. But you can make combos. If the one of the dark dolls is a Hedgehog or a Squamata, you can make combos. Speaking of, I played 3 copies of Hedgehog. I'm maxing out on the best ones because that's how you get to the combo. And it's really important to open dolls. If you have Fusion Spell and no dolls, you're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway. So this is a Shaddoll deck. I play like 24 Shaddoll monsters if I'm not mistaken. He adds to the count because he can be a doll because he could just... That's the other thing too. I'm going to get further into my matchup, but you don't even have to use the Trick Clown engine to get to your light if you just play all the Shaddoll monsters, because there is a light attribute one where you can normal him Dutch Hedgehog and search it and make construct. So we played 3 copies of Aerial. You're gonna think I'm crazy for playing 3, but I run out of it a lot. I use 1 for my standard combo, and this is a crazy good meta call. It pairs very well with the trap if you summon a construct on your first turn. Standard combo, I normally loop 1 trap. I summon the second construct, send the second one. The first one gets banished. I link the construct off at this back, so I normally end with El Shaddoll Fusion face down and this face down. So if they Dark Ruler, Super Poly, and Nibiru, it's fine because I can just use this to summon the fusion back like a Winda. They're out it, you L it. But you basically could use this to summon construct to dump this on command and make construct of DD Crow. But if you play one, you're going to use it for the standard combo and never, ever, ever have another one in your deck to get that interaction. So I really, really like this card. It's highly slept on. It's never a brick. If you draw Shadolls, the only time they're bricks is if you don't have a fusion spell. And he's a different attribute, so he's even better. So he's like really, really good. Then we played 3 copies of Beast. And I really did burn through all my aerials. Even in my Shaddoll mirror match that I played in this Win-A-Mat, the final round, I burned through all my aerials, and I was upset that I sent one to banish because then I didn't have one to summon off Windy to make a play. So people over here talking about they want to cut it, I wish I could play more of these. Like, that's how you know the difference of actually play testing the deck and net decking and just going with the list. So 3 Beasts. Beast is also really good. There's some plays like where you just have to tribute your fusion to set him so that you can get out of your own window lock if you didn't have her in extra monster zone, so you can't like gravity controller. But he's just a really, really good card. He adds utility. Also, if you open goods in Mathman, if you side deck, a lot of times my standard little combo, because if I'm trying to draw my side deck cards, I normal Mathman, dump the Windy, special the Beast, and then I Foolish Grow goods the trap and banish it, flip Beast, draw 2, so you have a higher chance of drawing your side deck cards. So it's like you have a Pot of Desires that doesn't banish basically. So this card is just really good. There's like this deck is like the ultimate utility. It's like a toolbox, jack of all trades. It does everything. I played 3 dragons. I would never play less. After playtesting, it was at 1. That's all I need you guys to understand. Some of these ratios, you're gonna think it's funny. I tested them at 1 already. It kept coming up too many times, way too many times where I needed more and more. Like I was outing like this card outs Vanity's Fiend. This card outs Naturia Exterior. This card outs Nat Beast. It outs cards that you just auto lose to. I don't understand, and you don't want to just oh, if I draw a card that searches it, then I can search it. What if they have an Ash? You want to be able to hard draw it for that situation. I love this card. It's way too good. And when you like evenly them and they keep the anti-spell, you just normal Mathman, dump it, pop, and then you play Yu-Gi-Oh! We played 2 Falcos, not 1. And if you're playing pure, you should never play less than 2. The reason being is because you always want 1 in your deck. So whenever you need to, you can dump it off Construct, get it, and then you have a follow-up play because next turn you can flip it, special summon face down, use the trap, flip that, and then you can make the Link Construct, the Link 2, and just go off. But this card's just really insane. This is how I was botting all my mirrors. I waxed every mirror. There was never a game 3. There really was 2-0. No caps, bro. Witnesses. Every mirror was waxed. And they were all invoke Shaddolls, no pures. This card's insane. Hound is very slept on. It's a Shaddoll nobody plays. People have told me over and over, this card's a brick, it's terrible, it doesn't work. It adds any Shaddoll card from your grave to your hand, first off. So when you run out of, let's say you're running out of your fusions, right? You're running low. You don't have Windows, you don't have Constructs, you don't have Opculon. But you have the materials, but you can't make the fusion because it's not in your extra deck. This card can add it back for your grind game. It can add the trap for your grind game. Another beautiful thing is it acts just like the trap. You can dump it, target a face down doll, flip that face up, so now you don't have to banish the trap for your aerial combo, and you can just do your normal plays and now use the trap's actual effect. Other thing is it changes any monster. So if they have like a face-up window, change it to D, swing over it. If they have a gigantic monster, Spiral Sleeper, summon Construct, pop the, like summon Construct, pop, just swing. Like, it's just, there's so much utility with this card. Like, I would never, ever cut it. Like, in my life, I have to play every Shaddoll that exists. There's no Shaddoll that exists that's not in my list. Like, I play all the good ones and the bad ones. And I play the light attribute Shaddoll as well. He does come up for damage pushes, but most important, he's one of the freest cards to chain block with. And also, because I play him, now I can have a hand with all Dark Dolls and a fusion. And because I play this card, which nobody plays because it's bad, I can make Construct with bad hands. With bad hands, just using Hedgehog to search it. Or if I have Mathman, I could just dump Hedgehog to search it. Like, it's crazy good. And I'm gonna get the dolls off the way. It's cool too, because you can even have a tiny monster. Like, you can have a Squamata and boost it up to 23 and swing over a window. Like, this card is actually very, very, very good. Even 3,200 Appaloosas and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. You can, instead of just like, using the Mando, because it's Mando, so Appo negates it, you can actually use this to boost Construct to 32 or 33, and you're either just gonna swing over the Appaloosa, or you could just crash and then get something back. Like, this card's just way too good, man. And those are all the dolls. Mathman does count towards the doll count because he can search a doll, so all of these are dolls. And it's very important to open more than one doll. It's very important. Next up, this is probably one of the spiciest engines in my list. This is homebrew. I didn't get these ideas from anybody. Playtesting over and over. I did not like Invoke. I did not like Fusion Recycling Plant. I don't like Osiris Scorpio. The discard for cost is what hurts me the most, and I don't like they don't get any residual value, and they're not versatile. What I like about this engine is it can give me access to Poly, but it can also give me access to a light attribute for Construct. And how you're using this is it gives Foolish Burial Goods, which I do play in my list, which again, nobody's playing that either. It gives it like, Foolish Burial Goods has like the ultimate utility in this deck. Because I'm playing core, another card nobody plays. Like, it's just so good. You can use Goods to dump this, and now based on the composition of your hand, let's say you're like, I have a light and I have a Squamata, I don't have a fusion. All right, then you go for Sheep, get your Poly. Or you're like, I have everything but a light. Okay, then you just go for your Tiger, and then you make your Construct. Like, this is crazy good, man. This engine, I would never cut it. It's way too good. Like, and it baits interruptions. This baits call by. It's like, why? My Construct's not getting called by, thank you. Like, these cards are good cardboard, man. They really are. The other engine, the other spice, I played an engine with Patchwork. So, the other thing, that's why I was saying Mathman is so good. You can just normal Mathman, dump this, get a +1, get a Poly, and a Dark Target for your window. Like, Mathman, like I said, it's a +1 or +2 every time. And this card triggers no matter how it's sent. It doesn't have to be sent by card effect. So, and the other thing, it's a self-replacing engine. So if you Patchwork for this, fuse off with it to a window, what's it gonna do? Search another 5 for Patchwork for your next turn. It's a self-replacing engine just like Alistair is. So those two. And then I played just 2 of the clowns. I had so many ways to access lights with just the Lunalight engine, the Foolish Burial Goods, and then playing the actual light attribute Shaddoll. It's too easy to get access to lights. Like, the 3 goods, the 3 Mathman, that's already 6 ways to get to the lights, excluding that goods gets access to it. I mean, excluding the fact that extra Foolish Burial Goods gets access to it too. If I'm not mistaken, I'll do the math right. I do have 15 cards that can access a light or a fusion spell on command. So I just felt like I just needed these for the combo because they really are good. And if you need it, you use Mathman or Foolish to get them. So I just like the 1-up and 1-up. And that's it for the monsters. For the spells, I played 3 Patchwork. This card's insane. I didn't play any draw spells. What I wanted to do is play between 8 or 9 searchers, because I'm playing 60, so the math is there where you're naturally going to draw one of them. If you draw 2, it's fine, but basically this deck, I got drawed a lot, but I never ever lost to a draw. In fact, I plushed so hard under a draw, I felt like it was a -1 for him. I used Construct like 2 or 3 times, kept dumping fusions and traps and adding them from my grave to my hand. Under the draw, I plushed so heavy. Like, he drove me after my +1, I was like, there's no more searches in my hand. I don't play, like, people can play Allure and all the others, but by me not playing them, I make my deck not able to lose to something that it naturally, that was never a weakness. Like, Shaddolls never were weak against Droll, so don't put in cards in your main deck that give your deck a weakness that it never had. So that's why I minimize them. So if I'm playing a card that I'm gonna get Drolled on, I want it to get everything I need. So this gets a fusion spell and a fusion material. Go ahead and Droll me. I got 2 out of the 3 that I needed. And the same with extra Foolish Barrel Goods. Again, nobody's playing this, I promise you. Like, I have seen every Invoke Shaddoll list on YouTube. They're all playing the same exact cards. It's all net deck, copy paste. But this card, especially when you're going second, this searches any Shaddoll card, just so you know. You dump Apoc Leon, you search any Shaddoll card, and you combo. It's insane. Like, this card has a lot of utility. It gets you a lot of value. So extra Foolish Barrel Goods is extra Foolish Barrel is really good. There is a drawback. It's not as good going first because you can set up your board, but you will lose to Dark Ruler no more if you can't set your back row. So it does take away you being able to set L, but when you're going second, it gives you more combo pieces and more gas. And I have had hands where I just didn't have any other play but this, and it saves my life. So I just love this card. And you can always activate it because you pay half. It's really good. Foolish Barrel Goods, and then Foolish. All the foolishness. These cards are all crazy. Like, I love the fact that I get to play all the Foolish spells, and they really are very, very versatile. Like, these cards can be 2, 3, 4 different things whenever I need them based on the composition of my hand. I explained most of the interactions with this, but there's a ton of other convoluted ways you can use this, and Foolish is, like, insane. So basically, every spell that's not a fusion spell is supposed to get me to a fusion spell. This searches Poly, this searches Shaddoll Fusion. This can access almost anything in my deck, and this searches Poly. So even though these aren't fusion spells, they can be a fusion spell, but I like that they're not exactly fusion spells, so I'm not bricking, drawing a bunch of fusion spells and no fusion materials. That's why I like that this can be either the fusion spell or the material, so it decreases my brick hands. I did so much testing and so much building this deck, it was a lot of hard work to get it there, but I love this. And then the rest is fusion. So basically all my spells can be fusion spells. So if I draw any spell in my deck that's not Foolish or Perfume, it can be a fusion spell anytime I need it to be. I play through this. L Shaddoll Fusion is actually, in my opinion, better than Shaddoll Fusion. Yesterday I was getting different dimension ground, D-Barrier, Sanctumed, like anti-spell, like, okay, D-Barrier, chain, Artifact Sanctum, chain, different dimension ground, chain, my materials are getting to the grave, Retaliating Seek, chain, anti-spell, chain, Imperial Order, chain. Every card you lose to, this card outs. I was using this like a crackhead. Like, I outed stuff that I wasn't supposed to be playing around because this card is so freaking good. It's crazy. And this is like one of your main disruptions on your opponent's turn. So yeah, it is better than Shaddoll Fusion. This is hype because it's the 1 card OTK, but that's all people really know how to do with this because they're just watching YouTube and not actually playing Shaddolls. And then we have 1 Nefe, which is another card that people really need to start playing because I've had so many ways where you could just search. It's like, let's say you have a weird hand, right? And you're like, okay, I have a Foolish and a Good, so I'm gonna go ahead and Foolish Squamata, use Squamata to send, like, for example, this. And then I'm gonna Goods the core to use this core to add this back. And then I'm gonna equip this to a Doll, declare Light, and then summon a Construct. So it gives you access to any Shaddoll Fusion. Like, even when you're playing Pendulum, you call Fire, summon Grista, you negate their whole pin summon. It's crazy good. I love it. And my natural combo, I would show you guys, but it's like probably gonna make the deck profile too long. But my standard combo that I do all the time, I end up using Construct to loop this or this. I loop this and I loop this. I add them all back. So into my turn, I always have these. So what happens is, this is what happens. They like Lightning Storm, Dark Ruler no more. They like try to like Mystignite Super Quality, you know. Just having these, so let's say they Lightning Storm your board. If they Lightning Storm your back row, that's terrible because you chain all these and they just wasted their cards. They Lightning Storm your board, it's fine. Like, so my Dark Ruler no more in my window, I was like, okay, cool. So then he outs it, I'm like, all right, El Shaddoll Fusion, he outs it, I'm like, dang. Use the trap to summon the wind again, he's like, all right, bro, you got, like, I literally used wind, I summoned 3 windows, bro. Like, he outed it twice and still got the 3rd. Like, you have to get these. So the standard combo is to not end on some crazy explosive board like Appaloosa, Dweller, all this. This is my standard combo. It ends like this. Cross Sheep, Construct, 3 back rows. That's my board. and it doesn't even look intimidating, but it cascades out of control. And it's like, they can draw Dark Ruler no more and all that, and it's like, what are they gonna Dark Ruler? These don't really have good effects. Like, you're gonna get everything. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's better than Appaloosa Dweller when you don't know what you're playing, because you could just start your engine up on their turn and play on their turn. Like, it's really, really, really good. I played 3 OG polys, 3 super polys. Of course, like, you play the mirror, it's pretty free. I'm not gonna lie, it's very free. Like, if they end, like, when I play Invoke Doll and they, like, end on the Kaliga Winda, I'm like, Summon Winda. They end on Dweller Winda, I'm like, alright. Like, it's just crazy. Like, this is very free in the mirror. And it does help you to actually OTK and get damage pushes, and it's another interruption. And then, I do play 3 of these. They're gonna say that it's a brick, but I never bricked on this card. In fact, I loved drawing it. It was never bad when I drew it. There are times when I drew it and resolved Opkalon, pitched in the grave, and then did the aerial combo and looped when I couldn't even make a construct. So this card's like really good. Typically I banish 2, but I always save the 3rd and keep looping. I outgrinded every mirror just using this, summoning construct, dump something, you know, get a play, dump aerial, DD Crow, dump dragon, pop back row, dump windy, special summon from deck. This actually snowballs out of control. You can think of it like how Alter guys start off slow and it's like, oh, it doesn't look that scary, and then all of a sudden, where did all this come from? It's like, I should have stopped that Mullissy. It's just like that. Like, if you don't stop the trap, it doesn't look like it, but you summon construct, dump windy, use windy, special schemata or anything, you're going off next turn. And you do this on in phase, you're gonna OTK them. So I was like looping construct, summon, send something, she dies, add it back. Okay, set it, activate it again, construct, send something, construct dies, add it back. Okay, set it, summon construct, it's for, like, bro, I resolved it like 6 times in the mirror, no caps. This card's freaking gas. It really is actually, I would say it's the best Shaddoll Speller trap in the deck. It really is, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even in simplified game states, it's crazy. It allows you to make plays under D-Barrier also, because you can link. You use this for link combos, it's good. You can make Dwellers and Core. If you're not playing this, even if you're playing Invoke Shaddoll and you're not playing this, you are doing something wrong. I could over-explain how good this card is. It's crazy. Like, play pins, you summon Winda, right? And like, playing pins, you summon Winda, and you're like, dang, I didn't know I was playing pin. Now they could just pin 5 under the Winda. Like, activate Core, El Shaddoll Fusion, fuse those, summon Grista. I dare you to pin summon 5. I'm negating the whole summon with 1 Grista. This card is utility because no matter what attributes you play, it's whatever attribute you need. So this card, you have to play it. If you don't play Shaddolls then. So that's the deck, the main deck actually. I'll get into the extra and all that. I might do combo tutorials and stuff on a separate video because I do have a pen and paper that has 19 3-card combos, 9 2-card combos, and 5 1-card combos with this list. I might show like 3 or 4 and keep the rest for myself. So side deck, I side 3 Evenleys. You don't know what you're playing, you have to. 3 Dark Ruler No Mores. This card sucks. I will tell you right now, if you are playing against Shaddolls, every time these cards got used against me, they regretted it. These cards are like terrible against my deck. Especially this, like Dark Ruler No More, your Winda's negated. Ah, dang. I have El Shaddoll Fusion, the trap, and Core. Okay, El Shaddoll Fusion to another Winda. You out it, okay, use the trap. Like, it's so good. Like, and you still get graveyard effects under it. Like, this card sucks against this deck, honestly. If you play pure Shaddoll, but if you play the Invoke variant, against the Invoke variant, yeah, this card wrecks their board because they summon like, you know, Mechaba, Winda, all that crazy stuff. But I end on Cross Sheep and Construct and maybe a Winda. It's like, I don't know, just by the way I play this deck, and it looks like it's bad, but it's actually like better than how everybody's playing it, in my opinion. Like, it makes cards like these obsolete. And Lightning Storm sucks against this deck. Like, it either can kill the monsters, which you can still just chain El Shaddoll Fusion, summon a Winda, and then it doesn't die, or they target your back rows, don't target, but then you just chain all of them because they all can be reacted to. Some of those cards suck. This card's insane. I waxed Shaddolls, like, I waxed the Salads, like, Game 1 was too long. Game 2, I sat in Dinko. I opened Dinko Shaddoll Fusion. Dinko this back row Shaddoll Fusion, killed him. It was over. This card is way too good. And what I like is it actually is very good in the mirrors too. If you're playing against him, you can block their L's, you can block their trap, so you take their grind game away. And whenever you're ready to, you just fuse it off for a construct. It slows you down too, but I will say, like, you can set first and then summon it. Like, it just depends. Like, if you really need it to, like, if you need to set first and then summon it, use it to stop their back row, then fuse off of it into the construct, you could do that. And I played 2 Golems, 2 Mystic Blind. Because I play 60, I can deck anybody out, and they can't really deck me out. And it happens like that. Nobody can deck me out either because I play 60. So if you mine me, you have to get some kind of damage in. Like, if you go second and activate mine, and that's the first card you do, you just lost, because now sometime in this duel, you're gonna have to get rid of this mine and do at least 100 damage to me to win into time. So because I play 60, another thing is nobody's beating me with mine unless they get some damage first and then activate it. But guess what? To get damage first, you have to put a monster on the field, right? And so that happens all the time where I just use Shaddoll Apocalypse. Like, I have been under mine playing against Sprouse yesterday. I had 3 Shaddolls. I had a fusion and 3 Shaddolls. I fused like 2 or 3 times until I only controlled one monster, the Apocalypse, and then negated the Mystic Mine and kept playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So Shaddolls can even play through Mystic Mine. Like, there's so many, like, you basically need Dweller, because all the really good side deck cards suck against this deck. You just have to have Dweller. And if your deck can't make Dweller, I feel very bad for you. We have 1 Reboot and then Cowboy for time. Even Brick Hands can make Cowboy. I just hate losing the time. I don't like people like, oh yeah, I'm gonna scoop 2 minutes left and I'm gonna go into game 1 and make you go first and we draw. And I'm like, nah, Cowboy. And then my extra deck, I play 3 Constructs. I play 2 Apocalypse. I know most people play 1. I still would play 2 even if I play goods, but traditionally you need 1 for goods and then you need 1 to validly summon. Once it's properly summoned, you start putting it in the grave and the banish zone and keep getting it back over and over. So naturally I summon 1 to duel and then get it back off aerial and the trap every time. So like I'm normally using like the trap a few times and then I use the trap, banish it, and then use aerial to get it back and just keep resummoning it over and over. It's really good. Like, it's crazy good actually, and it's insane against Rogue. It's really good against Geist because you can target like Protocol, like so many stupid cards, personal spoofing, like it targets Floodgates. The card's just freaking insane. And because you can always chain block with it, unless they have Imperm, they can't directly stop it from negating the card. And like when you go, so like I've won second against Appaloosa boards with no Dweller, and I just activate Fusion and chain block, and the Appaloosa is just useless. And I just end up summoning this chain link 1, Appaloosa can't negate it, then I negate Appaloosa, link in a gravity controller, and just add Shaddoll Fusion, activate it, kill them. We have 2 Windows. You need 2 because if you summon 1, you're gonna need another one for the El Shaddoll Fusion, because sometimes they open Imperm and you're like, all right, chain summon this, and then they're like, oh, Kaiju you, and you're like, dang, you're nice, use the trap, summon it back, so you have 3 outs to Winda. Like, my standard combo makes it to where if your deck loses to Winda, you're losing, because you have to hard draw 3 outs, because I summon Winda 3 times on your turn. Like, because I'm playing pure Shaddolls and I'm not ending on Mechaba, Raijin, you know, like Appaloosa boards. I'm trying to play as mid-range as possible with this deck. I'm not trying to go heavy combo and build a crazy board. I'm trying to set myself up for next turn. That's how I'm playing. I'm not making this crazy unbreakable board for right now. I'm just getting a Cross Sheep, a Construct, my back rows, so that I can just start building my advantage. So that's how you really should play this deck. You want to try to abuse your cards and get the most you can get out of them before you're done with them. And then I play 1 Grista, it bodies the Pendulum matchup, and also every deck that Winda sucks against, this is better against. Like, let's say you play Dinos or Pendulum. Dinos, summon Conductor, that's their 1 special. They attack Winda, you're like, dang, it's dead. Then you're like, okay, I summon it off El Shaddoll Fusion, and then like Conductor, book it, and they can keep special summoning. But if you have Grista, you can negate the summon of Conductor, and it doesn't even matter now. Like, now you can really body them. You play Pendulums, you have Winda, they're like, pin 5 from hand. Then they kill you, right? It's just like, it sucks. But this is better than Winda for those matchups, and Pendulums and Dinos are not rogue. You're gonna see them in every competitive event. So it hurts my heart to see Shaddoll players not playing this card. You're tripping. You don't have to play Fires in your deck to make it. You have to play Core to make it, though. So if you don't play Core, you really can't. Basically, if you're not playing Pure Dolls, you can never play this card. And then Shiki Naga, because she's super nice. She's way too good. Sometimes it's better to summon this than Oppo because it requires less and it still counters the Bureau. And then we have a Cross Sheep, Construct, God card. If you open any fusion, even if it's just Poly, you normally get to fuse 2 or 3 times, and you use this as a fusion so that you can summon Construct and use Construct to dump like El Shaddoll Fusion, add it back, then fuse again. This card is crazy good. Once you get in the graveyard, it just opens zones. It allows you to link climb to link force for free. It lets you fusion summon without a fusion spell. And what is it? Oh, that's a light attribute. That's a good card. Like, for real, this card's crazy. You can outgrind every mirror because of this. I'm like top decking, right? I top deck Shaddoll Core. This isn't great. I have nothing on field. Effect. Send Shaddoll Core, special. Shaddoll Core effect. Target the trap at the trap. Boy, stop playing. This card's freaking nice. Gravity controller. Even with bad hands, like when you open Dark Dolls, like there's hands where you draw like a Fusion, Squamata, and another Dark Doll. You summon Winda, and then you use the Squamata to dump any spell or trap you want. Then you link the Winda into Gravity Control to add it back, and then you can keep comboing off. So that's another way you combo with drawing a Poly and only Dark Dolls. But nobody knows how to play Shaddoll, so they really don't know how to do that unless they open Alistair, Trick Clown, and Windy, like I told you, because they're watching Samurai's channel, and that's the only way to play the deck. We have Appaloosa. I don't really make it like that. I made this card a lot more. This is one, like, when I know I can go combo and I'm playing back row decks, my standard board now becomes summon the Hakai Unchained, with the El Shaddoll fusion in the trap, because now I can summon Construct off the trap on command, dump a dragon, pop a back row, use his effect to pop another card. So it's like I'm really playing on your turn. And in face, clean another card. This card's nice. It really should be played in every doll list just because you can trigger it on your opponent's turn. Like, I'm playing dolls like a Shaddoll player and then Dweller because it's really easy to make. I was going to play Emerald so I could put Dweller back and like put the cross sheet back, but my grind game is already really, really good. And that's the deck profile, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for taking the time to watch this very long deck profile, but it's long because you're going to learn from it. That's why. Peace out, yo.